I got my homeboy, my brother in comedy.
I think it's supposed to be the host.
Speezy.
I think it was the host,
Yeah.
but go this way. He ain't want to go this way. We ain't hand out the dittos.
This is what they do. See how I get treated?
I normally don't introduce. I don't introduce.
No, you don't. No, you don't. But you did good. High five that. There we go. It's your girl Mecca. Give it to you straight, no chase. It is Pipeline Radio Show. You can find us on IG Pipeline_Radio Show. I got the most requested DJ.
What's going on, man? It's DJ Twiz the Biz, man. Follow me on IG and Twitter.
And back to our guest that got introduced earlier. Introduce yourself again.
Big Speezy.
Big Speezy. You can follow me on Instagram, Big Speezy _1600.
You got kids?
Now, what's up with the 1600? First of all, what's
no.
1600?
That's my hood.
That's your hood.
That's my hood.
Gotcha.
Okay.
McKenna Bacon. You know.
What the fuck? You from the ghetto?
Yeah, West Baltimore.
Yeah,
Zone
that's
17.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Number packs running through that motherfucker.
I see why the fuck this nigga told jokes. This nigga was like, fuck.
Fuck
Next.
that. I gotta get this. A
I
trap.
got a story to
Is the
tell.
ice cream truck coming, nigga? No, nigga, I gotta tell jokes.
I don't tell nothing what go on around there. I just talk
No.
about my life.
You want to stay alive?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh my. So when did you know you was funny? When did it spark when you was like, you know, I could fucking do this. This is my shit.
I mean, I always been the funny, the fat funny guy. You know, everybody be like, oh, you know, he big, he funny, and you know what I mean. Like I always.
Is that synonymous to being big? Just like you gotta be funny.
You gotta be funny when you
Oh
big.
shit!
Because you gotta have tough skin and you have to know how to roll with
Right.
punches. And the best thing to do to ease somebody is to make them laugh.
Let me tell you, I used to hate like a whole bunch of big dudes used to be in the thing because they could never roast them because they will always have a comeback.
Right.
I used to see that all the time. Was you one of them dudes like they were always like, all right, I got him, and then you would just come back with something like real quick. They'd be like, all right, leave him the fuck alone.
Right.
Yeah. I used to see that shit all the time in high school.
He
Like,
nice, he nice.
Yeah.
Real nice.
Right.
like I worked with this fat joke all night. I won't come in here, and then he just fuck it up. Just fuck
Right.
up the whole goddamn thing.
Did you get picked on a lot, or you just already?
No. I always was. You know, like
Not
I said,
coming from where the fuck you from?
I mean, we always been the funny people. Or you know, what I mean, never got picked on or whatever. I said, then I played football in high school, so you know, I was a jock. So.
So if they had jokes,
jock.
you know, you would just take it out on the football field.
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
I was a jock.
Tackle all this.
Wait a minute. First of all, I never heard a black person say jock before, so this is like
I
was a jock. I was a jock, not athlete, just jock.
I was the jock.
Okay.
I was an athlete. Yeah, I
You
played.
found out your ass was passing out water and
You
shit. I'm about to
can't-
go look at the goddamn.
You was a water boy.
I found out your ass was passing out gas.
I want ESPN type shit. You know, I just did it because you know my brother did it. You know, it was a family tradition. But you know, like everybody keep on saying, like, "Oh, you was on the bench, or you ain't play, or you ain't do it." I said, "Motherfucker, you on the same boat with me now. You ain't go to the NFL."
Does he bring that shit up all the time when you see him? Does he bring that shit up like all the time?
Yeah, we always geek, you know, talk about something, you know, niggas ain't never get pitted or you know what I mean? Like, yo, you did rec ball, nigga, that don't count. Like,
Hey, yo, I know you.
everybody got a trophy.
I know you always won, yo. 'Cause I know you always won because you the comedian and shit. Your brother funnier than you?
No, it's like we neck to neck, you know what I mean? Like we always
introduce him to the comedy world.
Oh,
No,
my
he
man.
like-
I don't think he got enough competition. They don't even want to put his ass in the comedy shit. They just did
my
football.
man, he more chill, laid back. You feel me?
He ain't gonna be one of them niggas that just be booing you just because he's just mad at you and shit.
Yeah,
Like just be sitting there.
He you know, he critique me like, yo, you funny as shit. Just slow down or whatever. And matter of fact,
Just slow down.
my brother, he was when I was like, yo, I'm thinking about doing this shit. I just called him. I said, yo, I'm thinking about hitting the stage. He said, yo, for real, yo? And I'm like, yeah, yo. He said, yo, go ahead, do that shit. If
That's
you don't
what's
like
up.
it, so yo gave me the green light. Then I asked my mother, so she was like, "Yeah, just let me know when the show is." So, nah,
And grandma was there.
grandma was there too.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean.
So what was back when you were younger? When did you know you wanted the spotlight? Like what did you did at a cookout or at a birthday event that everyone knew? Like, all right, this guy's special right here.
No, it's just just looking at your older relatives, like the drunk ass uncles, and just everybody who just just funny as shit. You just be like, oh, that shit funny. I like that, or like what I mean.
So you would imitate one of them at like a family function or something.
Yeah.
Who did you imitate?
My uncles and shit, and that's when I always the one that sit at the table with all the old ladies at, because I already know, because they talk about everybody at the fucking cookout.
They talk about everybody.
They talk about everybody.
Bingo, everywhere they will talk about your motherfucking.
It's like after a certain age, older people just don't even give a fuck.
Right.
But let me tell you what's fucked up. They would insult you, and then when they see you, they would compliment your ass like, "Hey, baby."
Why they do that shit? It make me want to smack all shit out of them.
Right.
But you can't, because now they complimenting you. Like, you know what? It's just somebody old ass grandma.
Man, P don't give a fuck. Like, talk shit.
Them grandmothers don't get.
That's her calling right now. Like, I know y'all talking about me.
I was just joking. See, she called in and shit.
Nah, you know they don't care. That's just like the grandmothers. You when you about to leave out the house and shit, you like, I'm about to kill these niggas tonight and shit. Since you about to walk out the door, pull your goddamn pants up. You just fucked my whole night up, man.
Vibe killing this shit.
Yeah.
So I know everybody everybody got that one person in the family and shit that always in competition with each other. You have that one person in your family that always like, all right, he's gonna be a comedian, I'm gonna be one too. He's gonna be a rapper, I'm gonna be one too.
And so y'all, I know y'all Christmases is funny as shit.
Hell yeah.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't nobody competition or whatever. It just like I always felt like I gotta stand out, especially by me being a big person. Like I always feel like I had to stand out. So I just went with it.
Okay.
Was I big? Nah, ain't nobody.
So where did Speezy come from?
Speezy came from the block. So
he said that with pride.
Like he was waiting on that question.
Yeah,
Like,
he said that with pride.
Like nigga, did I miss the notes?
No,
this shit about to be rehearsed.
No, it wasn't rehearsed. Shout out to my man Heads. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, when I went to Walbrook, my brother came. I came after my brother. So I went from Big Spicer to Little Big Spicer.
Mm-hmm.
Spicer. How you even get that?
That's his next.
Because that's my last
name.
name.
Oh, Spicer.
So I went from Little Big Spicer. So that's when everybody was outside, they was like, yo, we gotta get your name. So my man Heads, he always used to come on the block. He'd be like, hey, come in Big Speezy. So that's when after a while, like everybody just kept on start calling me Speezy. So after that, I was like, yo, I'm gonna just roll with that.
So you done took the name of this nigga was singing Akon. He just took that shit.
I said it sounds. You got Jeezy, Weezy, now you got Speezy.
I mean.
Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. Definitely. So my thing is, do you like? How do you come up with your jokes when you perform? Do you go off of everyday family matters? Like, do you make fun of people at your job? How do you do it? How do you come up?
Storyteller, a gesture,
exactly.
Or
how do you come up?
You just do current events.
I do it all. Far as from I mainly basically like talk about myself.
Okay.
And I
storyteller.
Yeah, I'm a storyteller. That's what I basically go off of.
But you talk about real shit though. Yeah. You know what I mean? You talk about real shit. Absolutely.
And I like doing the videos because at the while, like I'm trying to branch off. I can talk about myself and still talk about other things besides talking about myself.
Well, let me give you a great applause for that, because for one, first of all, you did stand up first, and then you're going back to videos, because you do have a stigma now where people who do internet videos are not very good at stand up. No shade to anyone else, but that's a very, very hard craft to think. And the fact that you're kind of doing it backwards, you know what I'm saying? I commend you for that, because for one, you actually got out there to see what it was like first.
Right.
Because sometimes we find that safety net of just being behind the camera or being behind that phone and just being funny. Just think that we're the funniest person in the world, and we get on stage, we just freeze up. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely give you, comments.
See, that's why I really did, because I really didn't want to do videos at first, because I'd be like, well, if they saw the videos, then they ain't gonna come to my show.
Yeah.
But then I thought about it, like, if they did see the videos, they'd be like, well, let me see if this nigga funny on stage.
I've been sharing, bro.
And they do it.
That's true. That's exactly how.
And they will talk about your ass if you ain't come.
Like, you know what? He's just good with videos.
Yeah, he just good with videos. He ain't funny on stage. Nah.
That's still a good safety net, though, isn't it?
Well, it's a good safety net, but you don't want to be. See, I think a lot of people have to understand is like you get locked into a certain thing, and that's people all because now we're in the ADD stage now where everything is like you can't differentiate from what's real, what's fiction. You know, we can't. Oh Lord, this is too much. This is too real. So you know, you have those people like that. So it's always good to have that persona first.
Right.
Hence, AMP. Because you know, AMP was on stage first. You know, he came into this. So if this nigga was shitty on stage, he would be shitty on air.
And let me tell you,
If I was shitty as a DJ before I came on the air, I'd be fucking shit up. So we already know what it is.
When you're good, people will talk about you. Your name will spread, and like you'll be surprised. People like, oh yeah, I heard about you. Like AMP, I heard. And one day, I heard 3 people talk about him. 2 or 3 people.
That's when I did that designer
Before I even knew him, because we was looking for another co-host. Before I even knew him, so when you're good, people will talk about you.
Right.
So definitely keep up the good work.
Absolutely.
And that's I do that too. As far as like Facebook, I like sometimes I just throw some material out just to see how people react to it.
And it's a good tester.
Yeah.
It's a good tester. Absolutely.
I'm gonna tell you though, like when I first started coming to What's So Funny Wednesdays, Big Speezy was one of the first comedians I met in the back.
Really?
Yeah, and I introduced myself, me and another guy, and
y'all came around the same time.
Yeah, and I asked him. I said, "You remember that day?
We got a double XL rookie class in this motherfucker."
I asked him. I said,
"Shout out to my man, young old head."
I asked him. I said, "Man, how long you been in the game?" And he told me, like, "Man, I think you told me at the."
Like a year and a half.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was just fresh. Like I just stepped off the stoop type shit. And the best advice he gave me was, man, keep coming. You're going to get better.
Right.
Fuck what they say. You're going to get booed. You're going to get that. You're going to get.
Let me tell you, the best comedians in the world had bombed, man. I've seen the videos. I think we've all seen the videos of some of the ones when they started up, man. They all bombed. Some of them was very terrible.
Yeah.
And some of them were very successful. But you got to constantly work at your craft, and that's the thing. But don't never get stopped. Don't never get discouraged about what it is that you do. If you believe that you can be great, your job now is to make the crowd believe that you're that shit.
Right. Let me tell you something. It seems to me that comedy, out of all the entertainment jobs out there, comedy is one of the hardest to break into.
Yeah, it's public speaking.
People have been comedians for 15, 20 years before they actually got that one big break. Right. You know, I think even Kevin Hart, he was doing comedy for 10 years before he got discovered, really. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's really a tough part of entertainment to break into. So if you can break into comedy, you definitely do your thing. If your city knows you, you're definitely doing your thing.
Well, just to pick it back off of that, have you witnessed or went to like anything where somebody stole one of your jokes? No, you never been, because I know I've been seeing that a lot lately.
Right, I definitely did too.
Speak on it.
No, I ain't gonna speak
on that
but
shit.
You know what? I think to piggyback off what she said, I think that's one of the hardest things, you know, as far as that, because, you know, it's kind of hard to copyright a joke. You know what I'm saying? Right. So when you stand out there, you spitting out your material, and somebody, right? You know what I mean? And somebody was sitting there, be like, "Oh, well, if I throw this word in, you know what I'm saying, I could say this in my next show." You always have to worry about that every time you go on stage when you just throwing out material like that.
Not really, but I know if somebody say my shit, I'm just in the show. As soon as they get off the show, I'm like, "Bitch, you stole my shit."
I was going to ask you that question. Like, what would Speezy? Because I'm used to you being so calm, cool-headed. Because you seen me,
right?
You see the way he shook his head, like, "Nah, nigga, you got me wrong."
He seen me out of pocket before. He's like, "Yo, just calm down."
Right.
You know, shit like that. I told you. You know what I mean? You just gotta take the.
Oh, you gave me the Denzel speech,
man. Did he?
Shouts out to Denzel. His birthday was yesterday.
What is that? Your mother's baby father?
Mother's baby father in her head.
I'm not gonna lie. If I hear somebody stealing my shit, I'm a straight con. As soon as you get off the stage, I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck you doing, yo?"
You ain't even gonna wait till the shit is over.
Right? I ain't gonna fuck the whole show up. As soon as that nigga come to the back, "Hey, yo, you did a good set." Nah, bitch, come to the side. Nah, bitch, come to the side. Let me holler at you.
So that's what I'm saying. I was told by shout out to Chris. What's So Funny Wednesday?
Hey, shout out to them.
Yeah. Be Easy, Mike.
All them.
China Mike. I was told, you know, we don't do as a What's So Funny family right here. We don't steal each other jokes, man. That's what I was told. We don't do that.
That's not true, but for the most part.
But that's one of those unspoken rules. I would think that's common.
That's the first rule he gave me.
That's a comedy period.
Absolutely.
You probably ain't gonna steal a joke. You probably can have the same. You probably can talk about something the same, but switch it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can switch it up.
Yeah, I said that you can switch it up. So, but
yeah.
still, I feel like it's stolen. Now, if you talking about the same thing in the same, like not the same manner, but a little bit different, but the same, like
I really don't think that, because that's just like saying, I mean, everybody go through the same shit. That's just like saying if a nigga come on before you and say he got 5 kids and 12 he got 5 kids and 12 baby mothers. He probably got that shit, but you can't get mad at that, man.
He got 5 nephews and 12 sisters.
Yeah,
right.
Hold on, bitch. What? It all depends how you gonna make that shit.
This nigga done dropped his phone. He's so mad. He looking like fuck this shit.
That shit must really happen.
No, because I can only imagine me.
But I know the comedy game is kind of similar to, you know, the rap game, because it's such a wide open thing. It's not like a close knit thing, because especially in the black community, we all have the same kind of, you know, stories or, you know, things of that nature. So we could be possibly going through the same things of this nature. So it's very, very easy to have similar jokes.
Right.
It's just, you know, all about your delivery.
Yeah, because that's just like saying piggyback on social media. That's why I just say, like, sometimes I used to be scared of saying what I want to say because I'm thinking somebody was going to take my shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? But it's pros and cons to the situation, because then you still got like the celebrities. They be having people come to the show just to, you know, see what's funny and what's not funny. Probably steal somebody's shit, because I seen a couple of times. Cause I heard a comedian said it, and that's when like 2 months later somebody come out with a special and said the same shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's just crazy.
So someone breaking. I know you gave MP his advice. But do you have any more advice to someone just coming in on the scene with comedy? Like, what would you tell people? What would you tell that person?
Stay focused. Stay focused, man. Just keep on coming. It's just practice. Don't let these open mics scare you. Don't let the open mic scare you, man. You ain't getting paid for it, so don't let that shit discourage you.
Don't get your ass whipped when you ain't getting paid. Shit. Like, it ain't that serious. Absolutely.
And if you ain't funny, yo, just take it out and just go about your business. You feel me?
Right.
And some people, they be like, no, I can do it, yo. Sometimes you gotta tell a nigga like, yo, this ain't.
And we done seen some flops, and we didn't see some reoccurring flops that just keep coming back.
Right.
But you know what? Even in the same thing. But yes, what I'm saying. In the same token, you still don't, you know, tear them down, because they all have to start with someone. Because you even have some who could be funny somewhere else, but not be funny in other places. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
We want to ask a question when we come back.
So definitely we're about to take a break. It's Pipeline Radio Show. You can definitely find us on IG, Pipeline_Radio Show. You can find us also on YouTube, Pipeline Radio Show.